Hi everyone, welcome back to day 27 of the 31 days of aerial yoga. So today we're going to do some more restorative poses, and this pose is going to carry on from yesterday's pose. So yesterday we did a frog or bat pose, low inversion. Today we're going to do some pigeon poses and king pigeon from that pose. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so we're going to bring the fabric around our hip bones. I'm not going to go through it too in depth because we did it yesterday. So come into our little squat, release it back, hands come up, and release our body all the way down so that your shoulder blades are on the ground. So from here, we're going to release one leg out to the side, bring it around the fabric and hook that ankle on, and do the same for the other side. So if you want to learn all about how to, the in-depth of getting into this pose, please watch the video that we uploaded yesterday. So for our pigeon pose, our inverted pigeon, we're going to keep one leg on the fabric hooked on, and we're going to release our left leg out to the side, always trying to point our toes, internally rotate that hip back behind us. So we can either hover that foot off the ground, or you can bring it all the way down. I like to hover it off and add a little sway maybe. It's just a really nice inverted pigeon pose. Works into that quad, opening up that hip. Really nice back bend. So it's just working a lot in this pose. Okay. So this is our inverted pigeon. And then we can also go into our king pigeon. So inverted king pigeon is when we bend that back knee, grab a hold of that foot, if you can. So you option to either just bend that back knee, or see if you can grab a hold of that foot, and we bring that thigh down towards the earth. So you're drawing the hip down towards the earth, grabbing a hold of that foot, pulling it up towards your glute. So we're really working into both sides. So try not to just keep it hanging there. We're trying to really draw that hip down towards the earth and bring that foot up. So that's our king pigeon, our inverted king pigeon. And release the foot, bring the hip out to the side, bend the knee and hook it back on. So making sure that you're always hooking that foot back on, especially in the pigeon poses. So let's release our right leg out to the side, internally rotate that hip back. And arching the spine, if that feels good for you, you can either release the foot down onto the earth or just have it hover a few inches off the ground, maybe adding a little sway from side to side in our inverted pigeon pose. So some of the best things about low inversions is that because we have our shoulder blades on the ground, we can stay in our inversion a lot longer than we could if we were completely off of the ground. So that's why I really like inverted low poses. So it just allows us to hang out here a lot longer than we would otherwise. Okay, so our king pigeon on the other side, let's bend that right knee, either hanging here or grabbing a hold of that foot if you can, drawing the thigh down towards the earth and bringing the foot back towards the glute. So you should really feel that in the quad. Really nice stretch. Take a few breaths here. And let's release that foot behind us. Rotate the hip out to the side, bending the knee, bringing it back on to the fabric, hooking it back on. And so you can hang out here in your inverted bat or inverted frog pose, but we did that a bit yesterday. So let's release one foot out, back down, bend that back knee, come to the bridge, and release the other side, back down, hands onto the fabric, chin to chest, and let's pull back up. So I hope you enjoyed those pigeon poses. Two of my favorite. I say it every time, but I do love a pigeon pose and a hip opener. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you tomorrow for a few more restorative poses.